This video will discuss how you can determine if an equation is linear or not linear. Here's some things to remember. Okay, just x to the first power is the same thing as x, and x to the 0 power is the same thing as 1. Okay, so the rules are, if an equation is written in y equals form and x, your variable, is raised to a power of 1 or 0, only 1 or 0, then it's linear. If it's raised to the second power, the third power, or any other number other than 1 or 0, then if it's any other number other than 1 or 0, it's not linear. Also, you want to look to determine if x is in the numerator and not the denominator. So let's review it again. If we're looking at an equation, we want to make sure it's written in the y equals format, that x is raised to the first or the 0 power, and x is not in the denominator, it's in the numerator. So I've given you some equations. Okay? The first one is y equals 1/2 x. Okay? Now, as we saw before, when it's x to the first power, so that's good. We have it in y equals format, so that's good. Now what about this half? That's our coefficient in front. We're not concerned about that. And x is in the numerator. So this one is linear. So this y equals 1/2 x is linear. Okay? Let's look at the second one. Y equals 6 over x. It's in the y equals format, so that's good. X is a power of 1, so that's good. But notice that x is in the denominator, the bottom, and x has to be in the numerator. So since x is in the denominator, this is not linear. We'll put it in this column. And this is here because x is in the denominator. Now, this one is strange. Okay? Y equals 4. It's in the y equals format, so that's good. Okay? But it's just a 4 here. Now, let me do something. Remember what we said. X to the 0 power is 1. Okay? So if we have x to the 0 power, so x to the 0 power is 1, and 4 times 1 is 4. So this one it's okay because this is a x to the 0 power. It's a 0, so this is linear. Let's look at this one. Y equals x cubed plus 1. It's in the y equals format, so that's good. X to the 3rd power. Okay? Now, it's to the 3rd power. It's not to the 0 or the 1. So it's higher than 0 or 1, so it is not linear. So this one is not linear, because this is not a 0 or a 1. Okay? And the last example that I have, y equals x plus 4. It's in the y equals format. X is not in the denominator. X, remember, x is to the first power. So that's okay. And then plus 4. So it's in y equals x format, y equals format. X is not greater than 0 or 1. X is not in the denominator, it's in the numerator. So this is linear. Okay, so let's review our rules. In order for it to be linear, it has to be in y equals format. X cannot be greater than 0 or 1. and x cannot be in the denominator. These are linear because x is not greater than 0, 1. It's in y equals format, and x is not in the denominator. This is not linear because x is in the denominator. This is not linear because x is raised to a power greater than 1 or 0. And that's it.